Recording in progress.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for joining, everybody. So thrilled to be here with you. And thank you for waking up bright and early for this. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so. Okay. All right, so let's begin seated tall, supremely still. Close the eyes and bring the attention within. At the moment of creation, God became part of every living being. Attune your mind to that divine supreme consciousness now. Begin with the sound of Om 3 times to attract divine attention. Imagine you are everywhere. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your thoughts in God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. Om Namah Shivaya. I bow to the inner light. You can do it with me if you want. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Om Namah May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering and enjoy this practice through our senses. May we always have a strong desire for the knowledge that liberates us from pain and suffering. And may we cherish no ill feelings against each other, only ever peace, love, joy, and compassion. Om Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace. And to make the practice even more meaningful, even better than meditation, renounce all the fruits. Imagine this as your divine obligation to all beings everywhere. Do it simply because it must be done. So we'll start with the mantra for purification to purify the space, the grounds, and all the psychic channels within. If you know it, do it with conviction, do it volume so it can be heard by all the subtle channels within and all around. If you don't know it, just pretend you're singing through the voice of the Guru. You derive all the benefits as though we were chanting it perfectly. Om pavitraha pavitra va sava vashtanga topi va yaha smarit pandrikaksham zavaya bihantraha saji. So now let's continue with the practice, the asanas. Try to see God in each and every form, and let's celebrate the diversity and magnificence and beauty of how God manifests in each and every being. So let's come to standing. So we'll begin by charging up the body with the earth's energy. Stand with your feet about 10 inches apart. Bring your arms above the head. From the soles of feet, inhale the earth's energy right up through the body, right up to the fingertips. 2, 3, 4. Feel yourself being flooded by all that charge. 6, 7, 8. Holding the attention at the breath at the fingertips. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale all the way back down through the body. Send all the charge all the way throughout. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, inhale, pull the earth's energy right up through the body. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding again, all at the fingertips. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale all the way back down. Flush the energy right through the body. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time. Inhale, draw in all that energy right up to the body. 3, 4. Visualize it rising right up to the fingertips. 6, 7, 8. Holding it all at the fingertips. Hold the breath. Exhale. Feel the energy again. Surge all the way throughout the body. Feel fully charged. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring the arms down now. And let's continue with more warm-ups. So start to swing from side to side. Allow the arms to turn the body any which way. Try to see all the way around you. And start to move faster. And then even faster. Just shake all the joints. Feel as though the arms are dead. Allow the head to fly in all the directions. And then slow it down. Bring the hands back onto the hips and continue with head circles. Try to get the chin right to the chest, the ears to the shoulders, the back of the head to touch the top of the back. All right, and then go in the other direction. Feel as though the head were very heavy. Alright, now the left foot forward, right arm circles backwards. Make as though you're winding up to throw a ball. Form a fist with your hand. You can turn the body as well. Support your shoulder with your left hand if you need to. Then go in the opposite direction. If you have the ability to do so, move a little bit faster so you can really warm up the joint. And then the right foot forward. Left arm, throw it back, and then just start to continue to circle it. And then go in the opposite direction now. Now stand with your feet in line with one another, the right arm up, left arm down, and circle in opposite directions. Don't think too much about it. And the left hand up, right hand down, change directions. Good. Now bring your arms up over the head. Take hold the opposite elbows, bend to the left, bounce 3 times, then switch sides, go to the right. Try not to make folds in the underside of the body as you bend. Try not to hunch forward. All the movement in the side direction. Now come back to the center and start to make little circles. Little circles over the head, moving mostly the head, neck, and shoulders to start. Then gradually getting larger through circles. The upper back and the chest starting to come into the movement, feeling in the waist. And then finally, if you feel apt to do so, the whole torso circles. Trace large circles in front of the body like a big windmill. And come all the way back up, go in the opposite direction. Remember, move according to your condition. Respect your limitations. Remember that practice is an offering. How you're feeling is to an extent affecting everybody. Larger circles, gradually getting larger, and then finally, if you feel apt to do so again, trace large circles in front of the body, dip down, hinge at the hips, the forearms almost touching the feet perhaps. And then coming back up and release. Shake out the fingers, move the fingers very, very rapidly, like in no control over the hands. They're moving all by themselves. And then up and down, flap them like the wings of a hummingbird, so fast you can't even see them moving. Good. Now bring your arms out to the side. If you like, you can bring your left hand on a wall to keep your balance. The right leg swings back and forth. Try to get your knee right to the shoulder, the toes to the back of the head. And then the other leg now. Feel as though the leg like a big pendulum swinging uncontrollably. And then release. Next one has 4 movements. It's also got a squat in it, so if you can't come down all the way, just come down as far as you can. So inhale, we circle up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale back down. Okay, so you don't have to jump, you can just lift your heels if you like. Put some enthusiasm into it. One more. Good. All right, so now stand with your feet together, arms by sides of the body. 6 counts to come up. So inhale, 2, 3. Lift up off the heels, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3. And slowly lower the heels down, 2, 3. Inhale, rise up gracefully, 2, 3. And then lift the palms, turn them up towards the sky. Exhale, 2, 3. And down, 2, 3. Inhale, feel the arms moving all by themselves. Come all the way up off your heels. Exhale, 2, 3. All the movements done with control. 2, 3. One more time. Inhale, 2, 3. Rise up very tall. 2, 3. Hold the position now. Turn the heels, your palms up towards the sky. Imagine trying to press your hands right through the ceiling. Now exhale, 2, 3. And down, 2, 3. The chin back down onto the chest in a gesture of humility. Stay in this humble mindset throughout the practice. Renounce all the fruits again. So now we're going to make our way to the front of the mat for Surya Namaskara. Okay, so give me 1 second. I just have to... Okay, so let's come to the front of the mat. So imagine we're all together physically, moving like a school of fish. To stay in the collective mind of offering. Raise your arms up over the head, arch back. Fold the body down in half, Bend at the knees if you need to. Bring your hands flat on the ground. Then the right foot moves back. Lower down the knee, drop down to the seat. Come into the high plank. Lower the knees and bring the seat all the way back behind the heels. Glide forward between your arms. Brush your nose to the ground as you come forward, and then lift the chest and the head. Come back again 2 more times. The seat all the way back. Glide between the arms. Tug at the floor. Lift your hands as though you're trying to pull the floor towards you. 1 more time. Take the seat all the way back. Creep like a snake moving through the grass. And then uncoil gracefully and majestically, just like the serpent. Adho Mukha Savasana. Lift the seat, allow the head to drop down below the arms. If you can strike the forehead to the ground. And then the right foot steps forward to the hands, drop down to the seat. Feet come together, Uttanasana. Push the body in towards the legs. Come right up to standing, reach up over the head. And then bring it back home, hands to the heart. Raise your arms up, engage the buttocks to support you as you lean back. Fold the body down in half, Uttanasana. Left foot back, into the plank. Lower the knees, the seat again goes all the way back. Glide forward. Remember, blessed are those who can imitate the teacher physically. Imagine having a balanced range of motion like the serpent. Take the seat back again. Glide forward. Twice blessed those who can imitate the teacher physically and mentally. Imagine the regalness and wiseness of the serpent. Embody those characteristics. 1 more time. Glide forward. 3 times blessed who can imitate the form physically, mentally, and spiritually. Tap into all the divine qualities of all of you that you represent. All the way back into Adho Mukha Savasana. Lift the seat, allow the head to drop below the arms. And then the left foot steps forward to the hands. Feet together, Uttanasana. Bow down as though in humbleness. Come right to standing, reach up over the head. And then back home, hands to the heart. Raise your arms up. And go down. Every movement reflects devotion and surrender and humility. The right foot back, Anjalyasana. Into the plank. Knees, chest, forehead down. Chest between your hands, elbows close to the body. Come forward as you come through. The hips between your hands. Lift your hips and knees away from the ground. Charge the legs. Upward facing dog. Back into downward facing dog now. Swing back. The seat comes up. The head comes down. The right foot now steps to the hands. Anjalyasana again. Feet together, Uttanasana, bow down as though in humbleness. Come right up to standing, reach up over the head. Come back home, hands to the heart. Go up and back again. Don't worry about the breath. Just breathe naturally, move the body. The breath will follow and deliver more power and ease and grace to the movements. Left foot back. Into the plank. Ashtanga Namaskara. Knees, chest, forehead down, right into cobra or upward facing dog if you can. Lift your hips and knees away from the ground. Back into Adho Mukha Savasana. Left foot steps forward to the hands. Feet together, bow down as though again in humbleness. Come right to standing. And come back home, Pranayama. Raise your arms up. Keeping awareness, watching the body moving all by itself. Uttanasana. The right foot back. This time keep the back knee lifted. Back leg very strong and charged. Into the plank. You can do Ashtanga Namaskara, knees, chest, forehead down, or if you're stronger, you can bring your seats back without dropping your knees to the ground, your hips. Pull the elbows inside your body, right into upward facing dog from here, no legs on the ground. Stay here for a moment. Pulse. Push the shoulders back, the head up. Look like a dog howling at the moon. Back into Adho Mukha Savasana. Lift your seat without bending your arms. Try to get your belly to your thighs, your chest closer to the ground. If you can strike your forehead to the ground. Look like a dog stretching its back, demonstrate the loyalty of the dog to its master. Now right leg up, Ekapada Adho Mukha Savasana. Step the foot between your hands, move the shoulders over the fingertips so your foot lands softly. Back knee again stays lifted and charged. Uttanasana, feet together, body to the legs. Come right up to standing, reach up over the head. Come back home. Go up and back. Go forward and down. Left foot back. Back leg stays charged, back knee lifted.
into the high plank, your entry of your choice into upward facing dog. Knees, chest, forehead down, or bring your seat back, and without dropping your legs to the ground, again, come all the way through to upward facing dog. Again, just trying to create the image of a dog howling at the moon and become that image. No folds in the lower back or the back of the neck. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana again, bow to the chest, try to get your chest closer to the ground. Soften the line in the back. Now raise the left leg up, Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana, and move foot forward between your hands. Move your shoulders forward so the foot lands again softly. Back knee charged, back knee lifted. Uttanasana, walk the foot forward, and bow down. Come right to standing, and return home, hands to heart. Different variation, raise your arms up. Fold forward, bend your knees, land your belly on your thighs, and then join your hands behind your back, pull them right over your shoulders. Without touching your face to the ground, slide the right foot back, knee down, hips forward, right into Kapyasana. Bring your arms all the way up and back behind your ears or beside your ears if you can. And then right back down, hands to the ground, step back into plank. Again, Ashtanga Namaskara, or however you want to get into upward facing dog or cobra. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Connect all the moves together like you're doing a divine dance of devotion. The right leg up, step the foot between the hands. All the transitions seamless. Lower the knee down, sink down to the seat. Kapyasana again. Bring your arms up over the head, arch the back. Good, stretch. And then come forward, belly on your thighs. Swing your hands behind the back. If you can, without touching your fingers to the ground, bow down. The head comes to the feet. The arms come up over your head. And right up to standing. Reach up over the head. Come back home, hands to heart. Go up and back again. Bury your mind deep in the heart. Watch the body move with even more power, grace, and ease. The belly lands on your thighs. Pull the head right off your back and over your head. Uttanasana. Left foot back. Hold your breath as your foot goes back. Sink your feet. And then right up with the arms. Right by the ears, maybe behind the ears. And then come back down. It's the plank. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. So again, whichever entry you like, do according to your strength and your conditions and your abilities. And back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift your seat, melt the heart. Left leg goes up, and step the foot between the hands. Back knee down, sink down to the seat, raise your arms right over the head, arch back, stretch. And then come forward, hold the breath. Swing your hands behind the back without touching your fingers to the ground. The right foot comes beside your left. Push the seat all the way up, the head comes down. If you can't, straighten your legs all the way. Come right up to standing, reach up over the head, arch back. And come back home, hands to heart. Good. Yet another variation. Raise your arms up. And then come down, hands on the ground. Press into your hands, hold your breath. If you need to jump or walk back into Chaturanga, hovering just above the ground. Into upward facing dog. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift your seat, allow the head to come down. Lift heels again, get ready to come forward, hopping and walking softly between your hands. Uttanasana. Come right up to standing. And then go right back down. Bow down, his own humbleness. The head come close to your feet. Hold your breath. Jump or walk back into Chaturanga. Through to upward facing dog. Right back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift the heels, prepare to come forward. Hold the breath. Hop or walk forward. Feet together. Seat up, head down. Come right up to standing. Reach up over the head. 2 more. Come right down again. Plant the hands. Back into Chaturanga. Try to land softly. No big jarring motions. No jerky motions. Upward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. Get ready to come forward. Hopping or walking softly. Pull the body down onto your legs. Come right up. Last time. Go all the way down. Right away. Plant your hands. Hold your breath. Back into Chaturanga. Hopping or walking. Upward facing dog. Back into downward facing dog. Lift the heels, spin the knees. Come forward softly. Uttanasana. Pull the body against the legs. The seat up, the head down. Come right up to standing. And then come back home. Take pause here for a moment. From the heart. Inhale the love from the heart right up to the crown. Hold the breath.
Imagine the love going out to all beings everywhere, like the sun that shines down on everything equally. Exhale back down to the heart. We may establish a divine, unconditional love for all beings. And release. So continuing with some more postures now, balance poses. So now, I'm going to start off with your tree pose. Standing on your left foot, you can take the right foot and place it anywhere along the thigh, just maybe not against the knee. So below or above. If you're having trouble balancing, keep your toes on the ground. If you have a lotus, you can bring your leg into lotus. Your knee up close to your shoulder. Turn the sole of the foot up, the edge of the foot against the top of the left leg. So you can either have your arms up. If you know the variations, you can lean forward if you like. So you can take the right hand all the way around your back and hold the foot, hand to the heart, or just take your foot in your left hand and hold the elbow. Okay, so wherever you are, perfect. If you're offering it up. Come into stillness. Imagine being tall and stately like a tree. But ready to bend whenever the wind comes, you don't snap. Grow taller and taller. Next pose. Fix your gaze on the point. Try to take the inside of the heel with the right hand and take your foot out to the side. So try to have your arms and toes level, your leg level. If you're more flexible, you can pull the foot up higher, lean a little bit to your left so your fingers and toes stay on the same line. Your leg will come up higher. Flex your foot, ballet pose. Embody the grace and the poise of a dancer. Good. Now if you like, hold the breath so you can let go of the foot without dropping your foot. And then lower the leg down with control. Okay, so now on the other foot, anchor down to the right foot, spread the toes so you create a nice firm foundation. The toes are like the roots of a tree, spread them wide. Take your left foot onto your thigh or your lotus if you like, again, and do your variations. So you can either take your bind with your left hand behind the back, hold the foot if you're in lotus, or do your arms up like the branches of a tree. Every posture and offering, remember, that's do the practice without any attachment, without any expectation, attachment to the result. Good, now release. Take the foot by the inside the heel, the thumb behind the heel, and bring the leg out. If you're having trouble balancing, you can stand against the wall or place your right hand on the wall. Remember, if you're more flexible, pull the foot up higher, flex the foot to keep the balance. You can even look up. Good, now hold the breath, engage leg muscles, try to let go of the foot without dropping the foot. And then bring the leg down softly. Good. Now, let's come to the back of the mat. So arms out to the side. Step the left foot forward, lean down, bend your left knee so you can land your belly on your thigh, and raise your right leg up. Imagine you're a gliding eagle, soaring through the air at great speed. Arch your back a little if you can. The foot higher than the head about the height of the knee. Now bring the left hand down in front of the left foot, at least 14 or 16 inches. Stay on your fingertips. Open up to the right and come into Adho Chandrasana. Bring the right arm up. Open up the right hip a little bit more. Left hip over the left heel. Good. Now bring the right hand down. So from here, you're moving the hands back in line with the foot. Take your left hand to your foot, index finger along the outside of the heel. You can bend your left knee if you need to get your belly right on your thigh. Pull the right leg up higher. If you want, you can try to walk your hand closer to the foot, eventually maybe on the foot itself. Index finger on the inside of the heel. The gaze is beyond the toes. Fall towards your toes. Break the pose. Bring the right foot back down and make your way back up. Good.
Now try it on the other side. Now the right foot steps forward, arms out to the side. Hinge at the hips, get your belly on your thigh, and raise the left leg up. Arch the back. You have to imagine that magnificent eagle gliding through the air. You become what you believe. That image of grace and beauty and strength and fierceness. Good. Now bring the right hand down on the ground. Again, give yourself enough distance so you don't lose your balance and you can open up your hip a little bit more. Turn to your left and bring the left arm all the way up if you can. Modify as you need to. You can come down on your knee if you need to. Good. Wherever you are, again, is perfect if you're doing your best. Nice. Now bring the left hand back down. Turn to face the front again. Bend your right knee so you can get your belly on your thigh. Then bring the right hand to the outside of the foot. Index finger along the heel. Pull the left leg up higher. And then see if you can get your left hand to move in, right against the foot maybe even on the foot. Pull the left leg up higher and higher. Keep trying. If you lose your balance, be unconcerned, unjudging. Break the pose. Bring the left foot back down and come all the way up. Good. One more. Dancer, Natarajasana. So you're going to bring the right foot up, the knee in front, take hold of the foot, and then pull it right back. If this is where you're at, you can just stay right here. But then eventually you want to lean forward, bend your knee, and push the right foot away from the body. If you know other variations, go ahead. You can bring the left hand behind the back, pull the foot in towards the seat, standing bow pose. Push the foot away from the head, engage legs, the leg muscles below and above the knee. If you're very advanced, you can do the overhead version with your arm over the head, taking the foot. So be mindful of your shoulders, of course. Break the pose, come back out. Try it on the other side now. So bring the left knee up. Take hold of the ankle and pull it right back. Thighs together, arm over the head to start, but then as you lean forward, tip forward so the hand is about the height of the head. And engage the leg muscles again below and above the knee. Pull the foot away from you. If you want again, you can take the foot in your right hand and try to get your foot up higher. Standing bow pose. Just try to go to the edge, meet the edge of your potential. You have to keep trying to improve your practice, otherwise in 20 years you're still in the same place. Wherever you are again, so just do your best. Break the pose. So now coming to the middle of the mat, stand facing out the long edge of the mat. We're going to go to the left first, so make sure you can still see the camera or the screen. The fingertips on line with the elbows at the height of the shoulders. Jump or walk your feet apart. Then turn to your left. Your left foot turns forward. Virabhadrasana 2. Sink a little bit deeper if you can. Work your hips. Come forward with a sense of purpose and determination, just like the warrior. Always ready to serve. Now bring the right arm up to meet the left, and Virabhadrasana. Try to turn your right hip forward. If you need to, you can lift the back heel. Allow the head to fall back. This pose says, I'm yours, grant me higher devotion. Now from here, if you haven't already, you can lift the back heel now. Raise the right arm up, or keep the right arm up, and then go to your left. Try to get your armpits to sit on the outside of the left knee. The left hand pushes into your right. As you push the left hand into the right, the belly comes higher in the thigh, the center of the chest comes towards your thumbs, and you roll the left shoulder all the way back. If this is too much, you lower the right knee down off the ground. You're very flexible. You can take the bind if you know it. Use the left hand to sit the right arm underneath the body. Left arm goes over your back, and you join your hands underneath your belly. Push the left shoulder back, turn the face and chest up. Lower the back knee down. From here, Kapyasana again. Bring your arms up. Join your hands together, Kali Mudra. Rock your shoulders back and forth. Push the hips all the way forward towards the front heel and keep your balance. Lift the chest. If you know other variation, you can go ahead. If you need to modify, you can take your hand to the knee and just lean away from the leg in front. If you know the swan pose, you can bring the right foot up. Push the foot against the inside the right arm. If you don't have a bind, you can stay arms extended. Or, again, take the foot close to the shoulder, lock your fingers together, and then pull the arm over your head to the other side. All sorts of conditions. So suits, pick the pose that suits yours. Break the pose. If you have the foot, you can let it down softly. Turn towards the front. Left foot moves out to the edge of the mat. Lift the back knee up and just scooch back and forth a few times. Try to get your hips to sink. And push back one more time for the right foot. Lower the knee down. The left foot should be flat on the ground. The knee in the same line as the foot, the heel. If your hips are low enough, you can drop onto your right forearm and then roll back to your left, drop onto your left forearm. If your hips are too far away from the ground, stay on your hands, but just keep dropping your hips forward like you're doing, and down, like you're doing a cobra. So keep on trying to lengthen, telescope your head and chest forward, flatten out your body. That's it. Make like a lizard, just sunning yourself on a warmer. Try to get your body lower than the knee eventually. If you're very flexible, bring your chest right on the ground. Now come back onto your hands. From here, Ardha Hanumanasana. Push your seats back, lift the toes on the front foot, and pull the body down onto your leg. Belly rests on your thigh, the left cheek on the inside of the left leg. Keep on trying to move your chest beyond your knee. If this is too easy for you, you can bring your seat all the way forward onto the asana, bend the toes under on the back foot, and glide your left foot forward. Working towards a full pose, Hanumanasana. Move your hands back alongside the hips and bounce. Always do it in a mindful way so you don't go to a place of pain or suffering. Again, remember what your intention is, offering. So you want to offer the best experience. If you're all the way down, you can bring your hands to the heart or above over the head. This is a pose that embodies, that reflects faith. Anything is possible. Now we're going to break the pose. Press forward, lean forward if you're doing your Hanumanasana, and pull the left foot all the way back. Good. Bring your foot so it's underneath the knee and come upright so your legs should look like a box. Bring your hands to your seat and your hips and see if you can lift the left leg up. If you can lift your left leg up, it's right, roughly in the right place. Turn to the right. Sukha Virabhadrasana start, arms extended, and then tip down. Left hand comes down to the inside of the foot, right arm comes up. Keep your left shoulder with your knee and bring the right arm behind the back if you like. If you want to go even further, you can get your left shoulder to dip down just below the line of the knee and circle the left arm underneath the leg. Join your hands together behind the back. Push your right shoulder back. If you want to go further, you can take the knee up off the ground. Parsvakonasana. Pull on the right arm. If you have the bind, straighten the right arm. Push the right shoulder back. It's like you're sitting on your arm. Now from here, gracefully come back up. Into standing. Turn your feet again so they're facing the long edge of the mat. Then we're going to go to the right. Turn your right foot forward. Virabhadrasana. Your knees over the toes. Come forward. Get nice and long in your stance. Look over the front hand. Enter into the warrior consciousness. Proud, strong, devoted. The left hand now swings up to meet the right. Virabhadrasana. 1, Allow the head to fall back. This pose says, I'm yours, grant me higher devotion. Now lift the back heel, spin on the back foot, so you're in a ball of foot, the left arm stays up, and you go to the outside of the leg. So angle the toe and knee towards the left, so you can get your arm a little bit deeper down. If you can, the armpit sitting on the outside of the knee, the right hand pushes to your left, you don't stay here. You keep pushing your hands together, downwards, so that the center of the chest comes towards the thumbs, the belly comes over the thigh. And you can turn with less obstruction now. The belly's not, the thigh's not in the way. Again, if you want to take your bind, sometimes it's easier with your knee up off the ground. You have more space for the arm to go underneath the body. The elbow's in the space underneath the knee, the right arm goes over your back. Join your hands together underneath the belly and turn the right shoulder back again. Feel free to lower the left knee down if it's too much. Break the pose, bring the back knee down, Kapiyasana again. Any modification or variation you like, push your chest up, arch the back. So this is monkey pose. Think of a monkey swinging from tree to tree. They seemingly have no bones in their arms, completely loosen the shoulders. So try to keep on rocking your shoulders back to get your arms up and back. That's it. Good. Keep your arms straight. Sink down to the seats, and again, if you have other variations, you can go into them. Keep your seat forward if you're trying to take your left foot up and either rest it against the inside of the elbow with your arms straight, or take your bind, swan. Create space. Open up your heart in every sense. Break the pose, bring the left foot back down, the heel is up. Turn towards the front and move the right foot to the edge of the mat. Lift the back knee. Again, try to get your hips to come down with each pass. Go lower and lower. Push back through the left heel one more time. And if you can, lower the knee down. If your hips are low enough, sink down onto your left, fall towards your left, sink down onto your left elbow, and then roll back to the right. Both sides of your hips even. And you can get your hips to anchor down, the rest of the body will follow when the hips are down. Make sure your knee's not falling away from your shoulder like this, nor your foot sliding out beyond your foot. Keep your knee and the heel on the same line. Now be like a lizard, merge with the form. Be very still, like you're sunning yourself on a warm earth. Not a care in the world. Allow your mind to go into that same state of quietness, unbothered, undisturbed, unjudging. Come back onto the hands now. From here, lift the toes up on the front foot. You can bring your right foot in if you need to, left foot in if you need to, towards the right, and lean down over the front leg. Try to get your chest beyond the knee, the head towards the foot. Bow down with this expression anytime the head is down, the eyes are downcast. It's a gesture of humbleness. Surrender. If this is too easy again, you can bring your left foot back in line with your knee, bend the toes under, and start to sink your seat all the way forward towards the front heel, like you're doing Anjalyasana, and push the right heel forward. The full pose here. Keep your knees in the same line, and then no jerky motions, no aggressive hard movements. Always done with gracefulness. Hands to the heart if you're all the way down or up over the head. Take that leap of faith, just like Hanuman did, that physical leap as well will come as a result. Now, getting ready to break the pose. If you're in Hanumanasana, come forward, bend the toes under, and then drag your right foot all the way back. Until when you come up, your knees over the heel. Hands on the hips, pressing the base of the toes of the back foot, so you can lift the right foot up. If Can you let the foot up easily? It's in the right place. And then just press it down in place. Turn to your left. Sukha Virabhadrasana, arms out to the side. And you just tip down. The right hand comes down in front of the foot, left arm comes up. You can stay in this pose, or you can go into a bind. Left arm goes behind the back, right shoulder dips down below the line of the knee, so the right hand can go easily or more easily underneath the leg. Catch your left wrist with your right hand and push the left shoulder back. If you can, then lift the back knee up off the ground. Slide the left foot back a little bit more, and see if you can pull that left arm straight. Left shoulder moves back. More weight into your front foot, knee over the toe. Break the pose. Come all the way back up. Turn towards the long edge of the mat again. I'm going to change directions here so you can see. And bring the heels in, the toes still pointing out beyond the edge of the mat. Easy Chakrasana. Hands on your seat, bend your knees like you're sitting on a horse, and push into your seat, pull down at the same time. And then as you push into your seat and pull down, you can push your hips forward and up a little bit to straighten your legs. You get the sense that the thighs are rolling outwards, the shins are rolling inwards. You can stay here, or you can slide your hands down the backs of the legs. Resting eventually just below the knees, or if you're more flexible, keep going. You can walk all the way down the backs of the legs. Eventually, some of you might be able to step on your fingers with your heels. And then from here, walk your way back, one at a time. If your hands are lower than your seat, walk them back, push into your seat, pull down. As you come back up, coming out closer, your chin comes into your chest. Now turn your heels out so the edge of the feet are parallel, arms out to the side. You have a choice of just coming down, holding your outside of your legs and come down. If you have the shoulder mobility, you can take your hands behind your back, join together, and see if you can pull your arms over your head, maybe in front of your head. Or if you want to even do reverse namaste, you can bring your palms together behind your back, right against between your shoulder blades. Push those shoulders back. Try to get your body right between your legs. If you can, your head is on the ground. But don't worry again if you can't get your head down. Just do your best again. Wherever you are again is perfect. Just do your best. Those of you who want to go into headstand here, you can go ahead and tripod. You bring your hands down so that your fingertips are just in line with the heels. Your arms at right angles. You can see your arms in front of you. And then if you can straddle up, you can go ahead, or if you can't straddle up from there, you can bring your feet behind your wrist. Rest just on both your knees against your elbows and come into teddy bear. Pull your toes away from the ground. Press into your hands. Eventually your feet will come up. If you feel comfortable, you can go all the way up into headstand. Or you stay in Prasarita Padottanasana. All perfect. Offered up. Now if you're in some form of headstand or teddy bear, start to make your way back. If you're straddling down, when your feet come closer to the ground, hold your breath, engage your core so that your feet land exactly in the same place. And then from here, make your way back up. Once your feet are down, come all the way back up. Good, and then jump your feet back together. Tadasana. Stand tall and still like a mountain. Unshakable, unmovable in your devotion to serve others. Now from here, we're going to come into plank, so you can fall from where you are into plank if you have strong wrists and strong arms. Otherwise, you can come down onto your knees and make your way into plank. If you try to fall into plank, hold your breath, hands in front, land your hands in front, a little bit of your shoulders. Okay, so any way you want, come to plank, side plank from here. Move your left hand more in front of your nose towards the right, spin on the edge of your feet and go to the right, arms in the same line. Make sure you're not dropping down to the shoulder or sagging to the hips. This is not good for your shoulder. This is happening, just lower your left knee down. Keep your hips up. Fingers together. When you come back to plank, go to the other side. The right hand now comes a little bit to the left in front of the nose. You can stay on the edges of your feet. Arms in a straight line from hand to hand, from foot to head, also one line. Keep your hips up. Now come back into plank. Lower the knees down. And you can either sit between your heels, go into Supta Virasana, or you sit on your heels if you have knee issues. You be mindful, of course, of your knees, of your limits. So you can walk your hands back, sinking down. If you're more flexible, again, if you're sitting between your heels, you can come onto the forearms maybe. Tilt your hips forward, so the tailbone's pointing down. Those you can go all the way down onto your back, go ahead. Take hold of your opposite elbows if you're on your back. Bring your thighs together. Once you're there, take a deep breath in. Exhale, feel the whole back body just sinking down, sagging from its own weight. Even here, we offer up these moments of rest. Every part of the practice has its benefits, has its purpose. So offer it all up with all your good intentions. Now from here, we're going to make our way back up. If you're down on your back, press your hands against the feet, against the heels, dig into the elbows, lift your back up off the ground, and then make your way back up. So we're doing one more round of Vasisthasana this time. If you have any variations, you can try them. You can also do the same thing. So you start in plank. If you're doing another variation, you just push your hips back a little bit like you're doing downward facing dog. Going to your right first. So standing on your left hand, your left foot, you make your way to side plank. And if you want to keep going, you keep turning on your left foot, slide the right foot back, coming into wild thing. Push your hips all the way up, inside edge of the left foot grounded, the foot not turned too much, no more than 30 to 45 degrees. Toes on the same line as the leg, and see if you can get your right foot up. If you get your right foot up, you might be able to catch your knee eventually. Of course, if you're very flexible, you can take hold of the foot as well. Use your breath to move you through the pose. Make sure your left arm stays fully extended. Don't drop into your shoulder. Keep your hips up. This is what allows you to find stability. That's it. Push hips way, way, way up. Beautiful, everybody. Nice. All right, come back into plank. Ready to go on the other side now. Push your seats back. Like you're doing down facing dog, on your right hand, right foot, turn towards your left. And you can stay in your Vasisthasana or keep going. Slide your right, keep turning on your right foot, slide your left foot back. Make sure the inside edge of the right foot is grounded, the toes follow the same line as the leg, and see if you can take your foot up off the ground. Maybe you can catch the knee, maybe you can catch the foot. Break the pose. Come back into plank. And then child's pose. Forehead on the ground, feet on the heels. Breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue. Relax. And now make your way back up. So now time for the king of the poses, inversions. Headstand if you have it, go ahead. You don't have to wait for me. If you don't have a headstand, you can do any number of things. You can also do it against a wall or a chair. So if you're doing against a chair or a wall, place your feet at the base of at the legs of the chair or against the wall. Make sure your elbows are underneath your shoulders. And you can take hold of your outside of your elbows easily. Then you don't move your elbows, move your hands forward, interlace your fingers, and place your head between your palms. Make sure your elbows are not too wide. And then you bring your foot on the seat of the chair or on the wall. You allow the other leg to go all the way back behind you. Bend your leg very deeply so the foot is close to your seat. Push through the base of the toes. And if you keep pushing into your forearms, you eventually might be able to take your toes up off the wall. Pull your toes away from the wall. Make sure you're not too far. If you're reaching for the wall, you're too far. You should be able to put your foot on the wall and bending your knee at the same time. So then you can take your foot off the wall more easily. Advanced practitioners, you can do other variations if you like, but try to keep your attention fixed on a space between your eyebrows, whether your body is moving or not.
bring the mind into stillness, eventually becomes impossible to meditate in any pose. Good. There's a time to be still in the pose so that the mind can also come into a quiet state. Merge the form. Now going to gracefully bring your way back down. Split your legs if you need to. Come down softly. No jerky motions. No hard landings. Remember that the witness within, the guru within, is watching everything. So stay present and make the practice beautiful for a beautiful offering as possible. Child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now arms in front. Glide right into your cobra from here. Back into all-encompassing. And then we're going to jump our feet or walk our feet to the hands. So if you're jumping, lift your heels, bend your knees. Land right where your hands are, right this front of the mat. Good. Just for fun, actually. Bring your seat down. Come into a squat. Separate your feet as much as you need to in order to get your heels flat on the ground. Kakasana or Bakasana. Place your hands down. Lift your heels so you have more weight on your arms, and you rest your shins on your arms. You can just tip forward, but keep your head up a little bit. Flex your toes. It's Kakasana. If you're doing Bakasana, your arms are straight. Your knees come right into your armpits. Okay, so do again according to your abilities. Land your feet back down, right into squat again. Shoulders back, lift the heels if you can. All the way up, flex your feet. Lower your seat down right on the heels, tuck your chin in, right into baby plow. Throw your legs up, and then catch your back with your hands as your feet are moving back behind your head. Now, depending on your abilities, you stay here or shoulder stand. First, before you go to shoulder stand, bring your hands together behind your back, squeeze your heels, palms together, try to get your elbows closer to one another. So from in front, you can't see your arms at all. Your seat directly over your shoulders, take your hands back onto your back. I like to come up one leg at a time so that your toes are in line with your chin. Keep pushing up through the leading leg and just allow the other foot to meet it. If you have a full lotus, not just a half lotus, a full lotus, go ahead. Cross your legs into your lotus. Otherwise, keep your legs straight. Lotus also, try to get your knees higher than the hips. Push with your hands. Push your hips forward. Once you're in a pose, leave the body alone. Come into stillness again. Nothing to do, nowhere to go but deeper within, beyond the body, the mind, and the emotions. These are not you. If you're in shoulder stand now, come into plow. If you have a lotus, keep your lotus. You can do Pindasana if you like. Bring your lotus against your body. If you know the full embryo pose with a bind, you may do so now. If you don't have a lotus, like I said, plow your feet behind your head. You can also bring your thighs against your body and your knees drop down just on your shoulders, maybe in front of your shoulders on the ground. Use your ears to press them against the head, the ears, so that you can be undisturbed by the distractions coming through the ears. Close the eyes. Withdraw from your senses. Now your hands are behind the back.
palms down. We're going to start to come down slowly, so listen carefully. Keep your legs close to your body as you're coming down. As your seat's coming down, you bring your hands closer so the thumb tips come together, the index fingers come together, and then eventually your seat lands on your wrists. Keep lowering your legs down until they're halfway down. Stop when they're halfway down. And here, charge your legs, keep them up, and then breathe very fast through the nose. Now, push into your elbows, lift your back up off the ground. So your body looks like a V here. Move your elbows closer in towards one another. Push your chest all the way up, arch your back. Top head to the ground. If it's too much, keep your legs there, bring your legs all the way down. Fish pose. Again, breathe very fast. Keep your head where it is. Bring your feet down close to your seat. Edge your feet in line with your hips. Now move your hands beside your head. Fingers are facing away. They're a little bit in front of the head, and lift your seat up off the ground. Slide your head back a little bit further back towards your feet, and then turn your hands around. Fingers are now facing towards the heels. Urdhva Dhanurasana. If it's too much, you keep your head on the ground. If you can, push your head up, push into your hands and lift your head up. If this is too much, bridge pose. Your shoulders, backs of the shoulders, tops of the shoulders stay on the mat, soles the back of the head. You just lift your seat up. If you're in Urdhva Dhanurasana, lift your heels. You can rock back and forth, push your chest forward in front of your arms. This pose that demands lots of stamina and determination. But it's the mother of all back bends. Good. And now lower down. If you're wherever you're at, come down onto your back. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, imagine you're fainting. Let go of all fatigue, let go of all efforts. Now from here, arms up over the head and sit up. Or come up in any which way that you feel is suitable for you. So now we're starting with Kurmasana. Open up your feet so they're a little bit just beyond the edges of the mat. Slide your arms underneath your legs. Take hold of the feet from the outside, holding close to the heels, and try to push your elbows further out so that your shoulders eventually go lower than the knees. And you keep on reaching your head forward. Keep your attention at the base of the spine to attract all the blood there. If you're very flexible, your shoulders are already lower than knees, you can bring your arms, orient them backwards, the fingers facing backwards, and just allow your legs to rest on your arms, close to the shoulders. Kurmasana, the full pose. Slow down the breath, just like a tortoise who lives a long time because their breath cycles are so long. Every being has a finite amount of breaths according to their karmas. So, assuming nothing else happens, if you keep your breath cycles long, you live longer. Now make your way back up, slowly. Bring your hands to the inside of the heels and start to slide your legs out. So extend your legs a little bit more now. And if you're very flexible, you can move your feet further apart. Widen up your stance. If you have any issues with your hamstrings, don't overstretch, of course. Just bring your hands in on your shins, inside the shins, or on the thighs if you need to. So come down to the middle, hinge at the hips, and come down. Try to get your belly on the ground eventually. Eventually your chest and your chin will come down as well. Every time, every chance you get, bring your mind into silence. Merge with the form. Try to find the divine union with God who is within each and every form. Then make your way back up. So from here, cross your ankles and then come down onto your belly. Cobra pose. Hands underneath the shoulders, feet together, forehead down. Inhale, lift the chest. Start to lift the head and start to make your way up. Curve your spines coming up. Push your shoulders back, move your chest forward away from your seat. You can stay a little bit lower if you need to, depending on your back flexibility. Elbows close to the body. Try imagining the top of the head is going over your seat. Be more flexible, move your hands in a little bit more. If you even want, you can press into your fingertips, bring them close to your hips. Try to get your whole upper body up off the ground, just the tops of the legs from the tops of the legs down to your feet are grounded. Very flexible, open up your legs, press into your fingertips, and see if you can get your feet to your head. Imagine you're squeezing socks behind your knees, so you have to keep on visualizing yourself in a form. With constant practice, you will eventually arrive. Break the pose. Break the pose slowly and under control. Rest the forehead on the hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring your feet up towards the seat. Bull pose. You can take one leg at a time, one arm, right arm in front of your body, and take hold of the left ankle and pull the leg up. Once you do this, hold your breath, and then see if you can take your other foot the same way. You have to pull on your legs in order to get up higher. So try to allow the action of pulling the legs to get up higher. Eventually look up. You might see your toes above your head. Rock back and forth if you like. If you want, you can even roll all the way back onto your thighs, onto your knees. Surrender the pose. Remember to breathe. Don't hold the breath. Push up to the base of the toes. Offer it up. And break the pose. Forehead again on the hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. Soften everything. Now hands underneath the shoulders. Push your way back into a seated position. Bring your legs out in front. The right, so Matsyendrasana, you can fold the left leg under with the heel against the outside of the right hip and the left foot, the right foot on the outside of the left knee. If you can't get both sides to seat down, you just extend your left leg and you move your right foot further beyond your knee. The right hand down center of the back, lift the left arm up, turn to the right. Push the lower back up and then using the right arm to prop yourself up. And try to visualize a spiraling action in the spine. Starting at the base of the hips, moving all the way up. If you visualize your spine turning in your mind, you might turn a little bit more as a result. Not just the eyes turn. And then change the legs around. Foot on the outside of the right knee, either inside the knee if you have the full expression with your right leg bent, or beyond the knee if your right leg is straight. Push your lower back up and then your hand right against the center of the back. Make sure you're not leaning back. Keep your head over your shoulders and your hips. The elbow pushes against the knee against the elbow. And break the pose. So now come to seated position. Do a little bit of pranayama, just calming breathing in order to bring the mind to a state of stillness. Left hand in Jnana Mudra, second finger and thumb connected, the mudra consciousness on the left knee. The right hand, second and third fingers fold down towards the palm. This is Vishnu Mudra. When you turn the palm towards you, it's no longer Vishnu Mudra. The thumb for the right nostril, right ring for the left. Between the inhales and exhales, make sure both sides of the nose are closed completely before you exhale. Okay, so sit up tall and straight now. And on the inhale, so imagine the breath moving down towards the root of the spine, the root to the psychic channel. Exhale, it moves back up. Okay, so
Sit up tall and straight, breathe out, empty the lungs. Close off the right nostril with the right thumb, inhale down through the left. 3, 4, inflate the lungs, raise the chest, 6, 7, 8. Close the left side, then open up the right, exhale back up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, down through the right. 3, again, the chest raises up. 6, 7, 8, close the right side, open left, exhale back up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, down through the left. Lose yourself in the movement of the breath, keep watching it. Close left, open right, exhale back up. Down through the right. The breath is moving the opposite direction of maybe your intuition, but concentrate. Down and then close the right, open left, exhale. Train your mind to be disciplined. Work on your concentration skills. Down through the left, inhale. With constant practice, you will succeed. Exhale right, back up. Down through the right. Close the right, open left, exhale back up. A few more cycles on your own. Really inflate the lungs, raise the chest as high as you can on the inhales. On the exhales, the chest deflates, followed by the belly. Empty out completely by the 8th count. If you're doing this at home on your own, try at least 12 cycles. Doesn't take long, but the consistency after time will become a habit. Pranayama is a gateway to the higher realms of the practice, so it's very important. Try to adopt it in your daily practice. The next time you breathe out of your left side, conclude. Don't rush it, just whenever. Once you've done, lie on your back for Shavasana. Make your way down softly, no big heavy thumps on the ground, no jerky movements again. Ease your way down into Shavasana. And once you're down, relax everything. Imagine all the muscles just dissolved. Toes, the feet, the limbs, the legs, lower and upper legs, the hips, anchoring down the body. Just feel the whole lower part of the body sinking down. Same with the upper body, the hands, the fingers, the hands, lower arms, upper arms, just hanging off the shoulders lifelessly. And then the back sinking down. Even the organs within becoming sluggish and slow and heavy, almost to the point of stopping completely. Even the blood just barely is all stagnant in its veins. the nerves as well. Head heavy on the ground. All the muscles of the face are soft. No sign of tension. No feeling of tension anywhere. And in this state of complete surrender, you make yourself completely receptive to receiving all the benefits of the practice, the best of the best. Imagine them coming in like a big surge or a big wave. They come as a result in greater extent as a result of you offering up your efforts and your practice. So now receive the best with gratitude, without hesitation, and direct it all to the spiritual heart where God resides, in the center of the chest and the right side of physical heart. And as God is present in all forms equally, everything that you direct to the heart goes out to all beings. Through the practice, we cultivate compassion through the imitation of the forms, which is a sign of reverence, an act of reverence and respect and love. So this must continue in your day-to-day life too. Continue to offer up the fruits of whatever you're doing to all beings, but we have a duty to ensure that all our actions, thoughts, and words are coming from a place of love and compassion. So again, you're offering up the positive effects. So with that intention firmly ingrained in your mind and heart, make ready to come back from Shavasana. Prepare to come back to seated position. Moving in a way that is gentle, that doesn't pull you out of this quiet, calm mindset. And we'll close the practice with Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Instill the peace within, send it to all beings everywhere. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the grace of God. All is within. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining. If you think you need more relaxation, I invite you to just continue your Shavasana after I close the practice. But I just want to wish you all a very happy Christmas. Thank you so much for joining. I'll be doing this again next week, same time. So you can use the same link.
Thank you so much. Have a good Christmas.
Have a wonderful day, everybody.
Thanks, Justin.
Thank you.
Thank you, Justin.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
See you Wednesday.
Awesome. Thank you, Bob. Good to see you. Bye-bye.